Good morning, my dear friends and masters. Welcome to another session of another wonderful session on Ramtha wisdom. And today's concept is you create your own reality by collapsing quantum field around you. Please welcome Master Ajay Babu. Please hand over to you. Heartful welcome to Ajay Babu.
Oh, thank you, Sirisha. Thank you so much. Thank you, Masters. So, good evening or good morning from USA. So, my name is Ajay Bala. So, yeah, you know that. So, since 2.5 years, I'm doing meditation. So, since 1 year, I'm practicing Ramtha wisdom. So, to achieve that to divinity. So, as process of that, I got to know. So, the two important aspects is one is meditation, second is so you create your reality. So that is the wisdom I believe in. So that's so not believing, I know that. So believing is a limitation. So knowing is the better than believing, right? So I know that you create your reality 100%. So today I'm discuss that why we are creating our reality. And before going to that, I'll start. So basically, any Ramta, any wisdom, I think has pillars, right? So like all PSM has a pillars like. Swadhyaya meditation and Sajjan Sangatya, like so spreading meditation. So similarly, Ramtha wisdom has also so four pillars. So that four pillars are first one is void, second one is you behold of God, third one is energy and consciousness create your reality, and fourth one is known the unknown. So we discuss these four things because if we don't know these four things, we are not confirmed that or we're not sure that we are creating our reality. So I think there's a four important pillar for any spirituality. Spirituality means spirit plus reality, right? So how we are creating reality by using that spirit. So spirit nothing but thought. We'll discuss right now. So as I said right now, first we'll check what is void. So Ramtha definition of void is nothing but so it is potentially all possible things are there in void. It is no thing. It is not there in the form of thing, but all potential exist. So initially, without there is consciousness, only that easiness is there, only existence there. That is called void. When one void contemplation happening within itself, so that God
Ajay,
was born,
sorry
right?
to disturb you. If possible, can you turn your phone to across?
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh, 1 minute.
yeah, now
Is it
it's
good?
good. Yes, it's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah. So when void contemplation on itself, so there is a awareness came in voidness, right? So that awareness we call it as a consciousness. So there is a isness and there is a consciousness that is called existence, and after that consciousness came that is called existence, consciousness, bliss. We call it as a God. So when void contemplation on itself, the awareness came, the awareness we call it as a spirit or God or observer, all that is. So that's the definition we given that the Upanishad it call it as a Sachitananda Swarupa or existence consciousness bliss. So so what is the purpose of spirit is known the unknown. Okay, that's the purpose given by void. So when only one particular spirit is there, it doesn't know how to do. If you travel, if you, for example, in void, it will travel from point A to point B. Again, it will go back to A because it doesn't have reference point. So in that time, when spirit contemplation on itself, it created thousand crores of similar like spirits. Thousand crores of spirits came from that. We call it as a point zero or Mola Chaitanya, whatever you name it. So that means that Mola Chaitanya or point zero or observer God or spirit, it expanded into multiple forms. It's not divided. Divided is a limitation word. I could say it is expanded. Expanded means it converted into one form to another form. For example, if you take one candle, if you lighten the 100 candles using that one candle, so the first candle, the brightness doesn't decrease, right? So similar way, when spirits are born out of that Mola Chaitanya or point zero. So that's a feeling that God has. So what is the purpose of creating is if one particular point zero is there, one spirit is there, it doesn't know how to do. right? So there should have some reference point. So in that way, it has created thousands and crores of spirits, thousands of crores of god beings that we call as a spirits or god beings or son of the god. So father is a plural form. So sons, we are cumulative sons. Trees, we humans, every form of object. If you cumulative that's the spirit of each one of us, so that we entire thing is called it as a god or father. That's a plural form. So that means God is not in single entity, but collective consciousness or collective awareness or collective being. We call it as a God. So that's the main understanding point. So first there is a void, void contemplator on itself created that spirit or God because we want to explore the life. We want to know the unknown. The reason for creation the spirit is known the unknown. Known the unknown means, for example, I don't know how to be love. I don't know how to express love. I don't know what is the love, what is the anger, what is the creation, what is the object, what is the sense, what is the touch feeling, what is the seeing. So I don't know that because everything is energy form. There is no physical entity there. There is no in the form of thing or material way. So for that, there is awareness came that we called as a point zero. So awareness that when the contemplation of that awareness, it created multiple spirits. So that's how we all are born in the same time. So what is the purpose of those spirits is to move from the point zero, create that planes, create that creation. So when in the seventh plane, our Mola Chaitanya and we are same. So if we call it as a primary consciousness, from primary consciousness given birth to the secondary consciousness. So in seventh plane, primary and secondary are both are equal. So there is no difference because there is in oneness state. So what is the purpose of the secondary consciousness as our spirits is to explore the life, to create the creation, to know the unknown. So for that purpose, we move out of that seventh plane or move out of Mola Chaitanya. That gap is called time and space. So in seventh place, there is no much gap. So when you move to seventh to sixth, there is a gap. When you move to fifth plane, there is much gap. When you move to fourth plane, third plane, seventh plane, there is a much gap. So in seventh place, there is a lot of difference between a lot of gap, a lot of time and space between your primary consciousness, secondary consciousness. That's why when you go to sleep, you don't have experience. Generally, we say we don't have experience, but you have experience nothing but nothing. You are experiencing nothing. There is no experience. So we call it no experience, but it is experience of nothing. So that means your primary consciousness and secondary consciousness both are equal. That's why you don't have any experience, but the experience of voidness. But when you move out of that primary consciousness, you are in dream state. If you completely move out of that state, also you are in awakening states. So Upanishad mainly dealing with these three states: awakening state and sleeping, dreaming state, and that sushupta or that state. So these three states are nothing but you are moving your awareness from that Mola Chaitanya or your original higher self. So when you move from that, when you expand from that, when you travel from that, there is a gap between your primary consciousness and secondary consciousness. So that's where the creation happened. So that what is the gift you have given from this primary consciousness is whatever creation you do, I'll support. Whatever the creation you do, I'll become that. For example, if I thought that particular object I want to create, the father become that particular object. For example, I want to create mango, the father become mango. If I want to create particular iPhone, the father become iPhone because the energy consciousness become that particular object by sons because the father has given right, our father has given mission saying that known the unknown, create the life. So that's the purpose we are born. Okay, when you understand this known the unknown, you see the large picture, right? So you won't say I came to earth by only for lessons, right? It's not the right word. So not for we came here for earth, not for lessons. We came here on earth to experience the life. By the product of experience we get knowledge. That's a byproduct, that's a gift we get. So mainly to live the life, to live the life means you should be present 100% in that moment. For example, if you are listening the songs, if you talk in headphones, music is coming, but you are talking to some other person, you are not there at that moment. When you listen the songs, when you become one with that song, you in that process you become the song and you enjoy that feeling, right? So that's a oneness. So if you are in present moment, there is no past, there is no future. So that oneness moment, so you live the life that we call power of now. That's very important thing to know. So the main purpose of the spirits is our son's purpose is creation, unknown the unknown. So from that the mind started. So what is the starting point of mind is known the known. So when primary and secondary is in seventh plane both are equal, when secondary is moving from the away from the primary consciousness, mind started. So initially there is no mind. So after once it started, the mind has created. Mind has nothing but memory. So because the collective memory we call it as a mind. We have collective memories. I have different collection of memories. So every being has a different collection of memories. Even though we eat same, for example, we eating mango pickle or sweet. So even though we are eating same mango pickle or sweet, so we have different memories. We taste differently. So that's how our mind is. Because of that uniqueness, because of that mind, the creation happens in different way. Okay, so it is a mind. So our mission is creating the mind, creating the memory. So so first of all, how what is mind? Before the mind, there is a existence consciousness. Our consciousness or energy, we call it as a both, because without consciousness energy won't exist, without energy consciousness won't exist. For example, uh, without without lyrics, tune won't help, right? Without tune, only lyrics, it doesn't help. So lyrics and tune combine music, right? So similarly, consciousness and energy, consciousness is like lyrics, music like tune. So both should combine. That creates a particular creation or object. So in that way, if you want to create anything, first you should start by thought. So that flowing consciousness is there. You From flowing consciousness you take one particular portion of consciousness that you convert as a thought. So that thought entity or building blocks of the thought is called as a mind. So what is a mind? Mind is the building blocks of thoughts, collection of thoughts. So how we are processing thought? Using our brain. Brain is a hardware. Hardware will take the consciousness around us, and it will create that consciousness. It will take that consciousness as a thought. From thought we are creating the life, we are creating the universe, we are creating the creation. So what is the uh, root, what is the root of that particular creation is thought. From thought every creation is happened. That's why thought is very important. If you take emotion, if you take belief, if you take any object, so you start from thought. Where thought from where does the thought came? It came from that consciousness energy, nothing but our god or our it is from void, right? So void contains consciousness energy, and we are aware of that consciousness energy, nothing but we are spirits or sons of the god. So from what is the purpose of us is to create the life. For that the father is becoming that particular thought. So what is the thought? Thought is nothing but father become the thought, that consciousness become the thought. Using that particular thought we are creating the creation. Okay, so for example, in seventh plane, father and son are, father and primary consciousness and secondary consciousness are same. When you move out of that, what is the energy between these seventh plane of consciousness and sixth plane of consciousness? So that energy is in waveform generally in seventh plane. After that, if secondary consciousness come to sixth plane, the energy become winding. It will roll it up. So it will become, for example, if you take the thread, if you round it up, it will spinning, right? So similarly, that when you take energy, it is in waveform, suddenly it will spiral, it will become rounded. So similarly, it go to fifth plane, it will go to more rounded and more spiral. So like fourth plane, third plane, or second plane, or first plane, it will become solid. So if we come from first plane, from this bottom plane or earth plane, so it is in molecule state. If you go to the deeper level of molecules, you have atoms. If you go to deeper level out of your electrons, you have that nucleus. After that, quarks. After that, recently scientists discovered that is called it as a God particle. After that, we have pure existence consciousness, or pure energy, or pure yeah, consciousness, unlimited consciousness. So that means every object, every entity has both consciousness and energy. So what is your divine right is when you observe that particular energy, when you observe or when you think this is the way it should happen, that particular energy collapse and it will become that, because that is a divine right, that is a love we came from father. So when you take any thought, when you focus on thought, when you think that the thought is happening this way, obviously it should become that way, because thought has came from energy consciousness, automatically that energy consciousness become whatever way you think it. For example, when I close my eyes, when I think that, for example, in beautiful place, I am getting one pyramid, so I am visualizing that pyramid. I am taking conscious energy and creating the thought, and I'm giving that form to that particular thought, saying that okay, this is a pyramid shape, this is a color, this is size, this is the greenery around that particular pyramid. When you visualize that, so we are giving that holographic picture to your thought. Automatically that when you feel that emotion, so automatically that emotion will flow to your body. So from your body it will go to that particular universe, because your body is connected to your energy around, or your body is connected to universe. For example, earlier we said, so any object created from thought, so a thought, it become lower form of light, light become electromagnetic energy become matter. This is the structure. So that's why if you observe any matter, it will contain aura. Aura means spirit of that being, awareness of that being, thought of that being, intent of that being. So exist in the light around us, any particle or any entity, any universe, any galaxy, any person, any plant, any animal. So any entity or any thing contains this aura, because that is a life, that is a God, that is a thought, that is a intent. So all are names equal. So if, for example, some people can see our aura, that is our real nature, because from that particular light, that particular spirit, this matter came. So around us, every matter, there is a aura. There is a two bands of aura generally. First band is portion of Vijayar, and second band contains pure electrical form or pure light form. Okay, so when you think any thought, when you take any thought from aura, first of all, our aura is connected to universe, all in all state, oneness state. Okay, for example, if I say Sirisha is calling to my number on tomorrow, so when I think that, automatically that message will go from my body using my aura to that particular void or energy field. So automatically that thought will receive by Sirisha if that particular energy is matches. So that's how we communicate. That's how we used to communicate in olden days. Right now we are using mobile phone, but if you if you use meditation, I think you can communicate using that thought. It's called telepathy, right? So similarly, any particular thought, if you are getting to your body or your brain, so you are getting based on whatever the level of frequency you are, you get that particular frequency thoughts. For example, your brain has 7 level of frequencies. It can take 7 level of frequency, hold that 7 level of frequency thoughts, and amplify that seven level of thoughts. Because we told initially in primary consciousness, secondary consciousness are both are in seventh plane. When secondary consciousness traveling, when you're traveling, involution we call it as, because it is going down, and nothing but it is decreasing its consciousness. So when secondary consciousness are it falling or it doing involution from that primary consciousness, it came to seventh level of plane that we call fallen of angels. So when again, by using this knowledge or by using this meditation, again we are doing evolution. So that is a point zero involution. We are taking journey in this earth plane for hundreds years, thousands of years. Again we are doing involution. This is the tripod we have. So that's called involution. You experience the life and evolution. Who is doing secondary consciousness or ultimate ours? Okay, so what is our purpose? Our purpose is creating the life and gain the mind, our memories, and experience the life. That's our purpose. So when this evolution happens, the experience we are taking in this human form or in earth plane and doing evolution. So but to going back to our home, going back to our divinity, going back to the seventh plane. So what important thing we expect is, one is energy and consciousness. So that's why we are doing meditation to get energy. How to use that energy? We are we are learning from this knowledge called Ramtha, by using your that beautiful statement called "You create your reality." Okay, so if you take any thought, so it will come from aura, because that thought, right, the thought doesn't exist. Why it doesn't exist as a thought? It exists as a pure consciousness. That consciousness we are taking by using our brain. That how we process. For example, so in void, it doesn't know what is pyramid, it doesn't know what is exactly human being. It was only in electrical form, energy form, that we take energy form, that we process as a thought, that's how we feel emotion. So that's how we create the particular entity. So for example, before this particular pen was created, it is in energy form. So we take that energy form, we have a thought saying that okay, I want the pen, but using that pen we can write it, or we can note down some things, we can write whatever we want, right? So when we visualize particular person who discovered this pen, so he thought saying that I want to create particular pen. So when you take that conscious energy and take that in thought form, when you give that holographic memory, or holographic picture or visualization to the particular entity, so obviously that particular energy consciousness become this pen. So this is a way we can create any object from this particular fields. So generally, I introduced this a topic called quanta. Recently, scientists are using more quantum field, quanta, something like that. Right? So as I told you right now, so there is a 7 level of consciousness, 7 level of frequencies. So if you divide entire universe, it will fit into any of these 7 level of frequencies. So this is ultra consciousness, or supra consciousness, super consciousness, or bridge consciousness, or visible light consciousness, or infrared heritage and frequency. So you have 7 level of frequencies we have. So 7 level of consciousness we have, 7 level of minds we have, 7 level of thoughts we have. So that's how you can think any object or any frequency, or any object or any entity fit into any of these frequencies. So when you take any particular thought, so either, so it is in different frequency, right? So that level of frequency, any level of frequency of thought can be processed by this particular brain. That's how this beautiful brain was designed, because it has 7 level of different glands. Pituitary is the 7th plane, pineal is the 6th plane, you have thyroid is the thymus gland, so you have pancreas is like, we have 7 level of glands we have. This is the main processor, this is the hardware, and your mind is the software, and your power bank is the conscious energy or thought. Using that particular thought, using your software called mind, so your hardware called brain, so it process that particular thought, it amplify that using central nervous system, or if we call it as a chakra system, it will send that particular energy to entire body. So when you feel that emotion will go back to, so what you call mind of God, or it will go to universe using our aura. Okay. For example, if I sit in meditation, so suddenly in meditation fourth level of consciousness, or I am in love state, I am in fourth level of consciousness, or I am in anahata chakra. So when I in deep state, when I in present now, when I'm now state, when I'm in current present state, so in that case, you got one thought saying that, oh, I want to create one pyramid. I want this particular pyramid here. So that's how one intuition came, one thought came from higher self or some other masters. So how does it came? Because that level of frequency thought came because you are in that particular frequency. By doing meditation, you match that frequency. That's why you receive that particular level of thought. So how does it receive? Because your brain is activated. Because when you do meditation, so you're no longer in this personality or past. This is past. Ramtha says the brain can divide into 3 parts. This is our past. This is our future. This is our present or now. So this is our personality, this is your psychic abilities, this is your spirit or God or universe, you call it as. That's why when you take any thought, it deeply felt, automatically it will take by subconscious mind. When you are now state, it will send it to universe. That's how the power of subconscious mind book came. So using subconscious mind, you will take and it will give it. That's the ability we have. It's not the power of subconscious mind, it's the power of you. That's a spirit you have. Because there's a light being, that's a spirit being, that is the divine ability, a divine gift given by our God or our Father, that is called free will. Because of free will, we have a ability to create whatever the thought, we can visualize it, we can create it that. So that's the freedom we have given. That's why you have this much beautiful creation was happen. Without that free will, there might be a limitation, right? So that's because of free will, the unlimited creation was happen. So going back to that particular sound level of consciousness, if you are sitting in meditation, whatever the level of thinking, whatever the level of frequency you are, you take that level of frequency thought, you process that, You feel that when you particular take any thought, when you feel that emotion, so obviously that emotion will record first in our brain or body, secondly it will go back to universe. That's why body doesn't know where you're thinking or really experiencing that. For example, if I visualize that I'm thinking that I'm taking I'm eating some laddu or jalebi, automatically your glands will react, particular hormone will release, right? So particular hormone release in your body, and you feel that emotion will going back to universe. So second time, automatically that particular event will happen. That particular event will attract by you. Automatically that particular spirit will come to you. For example, I'm closing my eyes. I'm visualizing that okay, I am eating nice laddu or a particular jalebi or jangri something. When visualize that, automatically I'm thinking that particular creation or I'm thinking particular thought. When I feel that particular thought, automatically that emotion will carry my entire body, and that frequency will go out of my body using my aura to universe. So automatically that particular event will happen. For example, suddenly your relatives will come. They'll bring that particular whatever the thought you think. For example, you thought for jalebi, maybe your relatives will bring that particular jalebi. That's how creation will happen. So, or we can directly create jalebi by using that. For example, you sit meditation. So, if you are in soul state or fourth level of consciousness, you know how to collapse energy around you. You can collapse a particular energy by focusing on, for example, you focusing jalebi here. If you constantly focus jalebi for 1 hour, 2 hour based on your practice, some will people will take, for example, Saiba will take 5 seconds, 6 seconds to create that jalebi because he know how to collapse, because there is no disbelief in personality. There is no limitedness in the personality. He is in unlimited state. He is in unlimited consciousness. That's why he can easily collapse energy field around you, and he can create whatever the object he can create. So right now we are not that state. That's why by using that visualization, by using that thought power, we are creating the creation. So if you slowly start that thought power, or if you slowly start by visualization technique, it's not a technique, it's a process. So creation is the process, right? Not a technique, I would say. Because this is the way we created our body. For example, if you are in fourth level of consciousness, or fourth level of body, or blue body, or intuition body, you call it as a causal body. So from the causal body you create a mental body. You only created using our soul. Soul is the What is the soul? Soul is nothing but collection of memories. It is a log of our life. So using our soul, you created your mental body. You created your emotional body, astral body. You created your energy body, five etheric body, or you created this physical body. Who created that? You created it. So using your soul power, when you take the thought, spirit will take the thought from universe or void. It will give it to soul. Soul will feel that particular thought. By feeling that thought, automatically that particular creation will happen. That's how is nature, right? So that's why the purpose of soul is to create the creation. So the purpose of spirit is to take the consciousness and give it to spirit, give it to soul. Soul will take that thought and give it that form. For example, I want to create the flower. First of all, I will take that particular flower thought from our voidness. Void thought doesn't exist. It is exists in the form of consciousness or pure energy form. Spirit will take that energy given to my soul, or that energy given to my spirit. So, the spirit nothing but your aura. Okay. So from that conscious energy, from your aura, you take that conscious energy and you convert that into thought. By taking the thought, by giving that emotion, by giving that color, by giving that shape, your soul will create that particular thought into form. That's how it will happen. Earlier I told, right? So thought will, that particular lower form of thought is light. It will lower form is electromagnetic energy, EMF. EMF will become matter. If we increase that matter, it will become electromagnetic energy. If you increase that electromagnetic energy, you will become light form. That's how we have our bodies created. First of all, a physical body doesn't exist. Before physical body, there is a energy body. Before energy body, there is a mental body. So before mental body, there is causal body, like 7 bodies. So that means each physical entity has how many bodies? 7 level of consciousness. That scientists will generally say molecules, atoms, electrons. Third body is mental body or electrons. or photon body. After that nucleus we call it as. After that you have quarks. After that you have superstring, like that. So each entity has some level of consciousness. Each even pen has some level of consciousness. Even mustard seed has a some level of consciousness. So that's why earlier days people will convert copper to gold, or sand to gold. How they are converting is by collapsing that original, or by collapsing some level of consciousness, and they are changing the shape. That's why, for example, when Jesus is walking or crossing the road, he saw the blind person. When he saw the blind person, he take the sand and he spit it on the sand. He changed the biofield of that sand. I told you, right, every object has a biofield, because the sand also came from thought, right? So it also came from thought. Thought is nothing but light. When the thought lower form it, you will get light. So every object has that aura or light form, the biofield. When Jesus spit on that particular sand, he changed the intent of that bioform. He changed the intent of that particular sand. He changed the aura of that particular biofield. He converted that particular sand into catalyst. When you become that particular sand as a catalyst, he kept his sand on ice. Ultimately, that blind person got that visual, right? So how he got? He knows how to collapse that particular energy, and how he can change this pen to the different entity. He can change that particular stone to gold. You know how to, because when you visualize, we see how caterpillar becoming butterfly. So when a caterpillar the pillar when a caterpillar when it doesn't think about I am caterpillar, and it is only focused on what I want to be. So that's how it doesn't matter what personality you contain, how much lack you contain, how much suffer you have, how much body pains you have, how much health issues you have. It doesn't matter, because caterpillar doesn't think on what state it has. It is always thinking on what it want to be. In that case, when you see, creation will happen twice. When is our mind, when is in second creation will happen reality. First creation will happen in our mind and thought level. Second will happen on reality. Okay. So when you no longer consider what you are, and you consider only what you want to be, so that's how creation will happen. For example, so generally people will ask, for example, sir, I have 1,000 crores deficit, I am lot of feeling health issues. You are saying by visualizing or creating thought you can create whatever you want to be. How can that possible? Because I am feeling the pain. How can I be healthy? I am saying your health issues for only for one or first body or second body. There is more number of bodies. You don't know that. When you do go into meditation, you transcend this physical body, you transcend that emotional body, you'll go to this midbrain, or you'll go to fourth level of consciousness. From that, if you trigger that, if you change the intent, if you change your mindset, if you change the thought, that thought will automatically impact our body, because using that particular thought, that particular hormone will release. For example, if I'm feeling the love in that fourth level of consciousness by doing meditation, if I'm feeling the joy, the particular joy hormone will is released. Automatically, your body will cure, right? You got the point? Because we have different level of consciousness. When you operate higher level of consciousness, obviously the lower body will listen, right? So there is a concept, right? Energy flow from higher energy to lower energy. So that's why when you are sitting meditation, generally some people will do sankalpa, some people doesn't do sankalpa or intent. So some people automatically that health issues will be cured. How it is how health issues were curing is, so when you do meditation, so when you no longer in personality or vyaktikva, so you will go to midbrain. That's how you will get cosmic energy. Directly cosmic energy hit your pituitary gland. The pituitary is a master gland. It will activate all other glands. When you cosmic energy hit that particular gland at seventh plane of consciousness or seventh chakra, basically chakras are available, or chakras are present in your ethnical body. Ethnical body is close to your physical body. It is, I think it is nanometer, something like this. It's a fabric material. It's not in atom form. It is a molecule. It between atom and molecule form. It is a fiber. That's a form, thin form. It is not a, basically it is not a body specially called it as, it is a thin layer, we call it as a, it is a part of your physical body. When particular emotion you feel, a particular thought you take, when you feel that emotion, so when you take emotion, automatically that particular gland will release. That particular gland, nothing but your chemical composition. So what is the language of body? Language of body is chemical. So for example, I'm feeling like I am eating some jalebi. So automatically I got that beautiful hormone got released. Automatically my body, entire body or my entire blood filled with that particular hormone. So your brain or your body doesn't know whether it is visualizing or whether really creation is happened. So automatically when you feel that emotion, automatically that particular gland will release. That's how scientists, we know placebo effect, right? So for example, there are two group of people. One group of people you are giving medicine. Second group of people you're not taking medicine. You're giving only pure tablet. Doesn't contain any medical sense essence. So obviously there is a recovery of this second group also, because when you are thinking this particular medicine will cure my disease, you are believing that. So as we know, you create your reality, you are believing that, so obviously you can create. So because out of 100 people, some people are getting cured, some people are not getting cured, because they're not believing 100%. That's the difference, right? So if you take any concept, any spiritual concept, if you apply, there is a consciousness energy. Everything has a consciousness energy. You can collapse that conscious energy, you can create the conscious energy in any form. So that's why when you take cosmic energy has energy also consciousness. It has also some intent. It has also some intelligence. It has also some mind. So that's why even though you're not saying to conscious energy saying that, oh energy please cure my body, even though you're not saying, even though not doing sankalpa, even though you don't have that intent, automatically that particular prana or particular energy knows that there is a disease. It will see disease exist in your thinking pattern. For example, there is an emotion. For example, your husband scolded or your wife, there is a dispute between your wife and your husband. So suddenly, uh, uh, you feel some emotion. You're not expressing that emotion. So when you are not expressing that emotion, there is a suppression happening in your thyroid gland, right? So you're not speaking. The tendency, it was blocked here. That's why you'll get thyroid. So that's the example. So what is the root cause of that disease? Disease is you are not expressing your expression. So when you are not able to express, you are suppressing that. Maybe you are out of fear, out of some, maybe might lose the relationship. Maybe what other issue? So in that aspect, so in that particular thinking way, you are creating that disease. So you're thinking limited form, saying the homie, maybe I lose if I speak loudly, if I anger on my wife, if I show some anger on my wife, maybe I lose that particular bond. Maybe she doesn't feel good. So that's why you're suppressing that particular emotion. That is the way you're thinking. So all the diseases, all the creation will happen from the way you think, right? So the root cause of disease is in the form of, in how what way you're thinking. So basically the Ramtha knowledge will come here pictures. It will change your way of thinking. It will change your limited thinking to unlimited thinking. Ramtha knowledge doesn't make you God. It will remove, we would remove the things which are stopping to realize the divinity. It will remove those things. For example, if there is a diamond is there, if you find the diamond in earth, it is in not in brightness state, right? It won't bright that much. So you wash it, you cleanse it, that brightness will came. So similarly, when seventh level of consciousness and secondary consciousness, see in seventh level of in seventh plane, primary and secondary are same. So when you are there in seventh level of consciousness, when you came the consciousness into human body, so you are no longer thinking as a divinity or divine being, you are thinking as a personality, right? So what are the emotion you are feeling, you are thinking that is a reality you are feeling. For example, you were sending your child to play some game. Your child played for thousands of years, hundreds of years. After some years, if you go to your child saying that, oh please come back to home, they won't listen, because they think that that is a reality, that is game is a reality. So that's how he came to seventh plane. We stuck here in personality. We lost our memory. We forgot our divinity. So because of this personality, limited thinking. So when you this knowledge given, when you know, you create your reality by using that knowledge. You again you think that, and you think that everything is possible. That's how you find your divinity. That's how you remove your personality, or you unveil your limited thinking. So that's how your personality become unlimited. That's how you realize your divinity. So that's the Ramtha knowledge will come into picture. So to understand your unlimitedness, to remove your lacking, your fear, your survival nature, your disbelief, to skepticism. So basically, these are qualities are stopping to realize our divinity. So using this particular knowledge, if you know you can create whatever the things you want, you got freedom, right? So from knowledge you got to love, from love you got freedom, from freedom you got joy. If you know whatever the thing it will create, if you understand, if you got to know, or if you got to realize that whatever the thought I make, or whatever the thought I think, it will become reality. When you realize that, you have 100% freedom. So you don't need to bother about how much property you came from your father, how much salary your husband is earning, how much package you have, how much health you have. It doesn't care, because you know how to create reality. When you know how to create your reality, and when you realize that you are the god, or you create your reality, you will become freedom. So from that freedom you will get enlightenment. So that's how Ramtha operate. So if what see generally we think, what is the definition of God? God is nothing but Srishtikarta, or He creates the creations. So when you know how to create, you become the creator, right? So the person who create the creation, so he become creators. So that's why if you reverse it, I am creating the creation. That's why I become the creator, nothing but God. So if I know how to create the creation, if I know how to create my reality, if I realize that my reality is creating my thoughts, my emotions, so you'll become, or you will become the divine entity. So that's how the Ramtha works. So Masters, anyone have any questions? We stop today here and we'll go to next section tomorrow. This is the
Babu,
base concept given. Tomorrow we will do some practical.
Ajay, Babu, thank you for your clarifications. Very nice session. I can feel that. But one question
Yeah, sure, sure.
quickly. The question is like, uh, so if we want to create a reality into that
Mm.
any situation, for example, you're talking about the fruit, right? Mango. If you're talking about mango, we can go and get the shop in the shop if you like to eat the mango. But something which is not in our hands, which I want to manifest, how sooner we can do it, how faster we can do it, how much time it will take to manifest.
Perfect. Good question. So Ramdas says here, see, everyone will create whatever they want. I told you, right? They have some level of consciousness. From matter to matter creation, for example, uh, if we are giving birth to human being, that means that we are taking 9 months. Okay? From matter to matter, it will take 9 months. For example, if you go to Tayuba planet, Tayuba prophecy, if you read the book, those planet people, or maybe they are in fifth level of consciousness or fourth level of pain, they create human being in 24 hours, our time. So they are collapsing energy in that fourth level of quantum field, fourth level of field. So they know how to collapse that. So why we are not collapsing that particular energy field? Because we are not feeling 100%. We doesn't know, which is stopping our skepticism. Our disbelief is stopping to create that. That's why we're starting by small things. For example, if you take one thought, for example, my wife is cooking this particular veg curry today. When I give that particular thought, maybe today it won't happen. After few days it will happen, then we'll get confidence. Now next level you will increase that particular thought. Okay, I want this particular salary. Next level you increase, I want this particular house. When you go on increasing that particular thought level, one day you will directly create from that quantum field around you. There's a quantum field, right? Quantum nothing but smallest energy packet, that you call it as a proton or photon or electron. From electron level you call it as a quantum level. That means third level of consciousness. There is third, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if those five level of fields, you call it as a quantum fields. So atoms we call it as doesn't call it as a quantum. So beyond atom, and that means third level of, that's why Bohr's theory came, right? So that is a quantum field. So when you directly hit that quantum field, you can create mango or any biscuit or any gold from that particular field also. You can create that. So when you go to that higher level of consciousness, you can create in within no time. When you create from this lower form, when you create from this seventh level of consciousness, or Hertzian frequency, so it will take much time. For example, I want mango. Okay, when I thought that I am eating mango, when I visualize that, when I giving that particular thought, maybe someone will give that thought, or maybe I go to particular shop, I buy that thought. So something this way it will happen. This is the second route. If you know how to call off high level of energy, directly you get mango in your hand in 5 to 6 seconds, because our frequency is vibrating very slow. Okay, if you go to astral plane, that's why in dreams, nothing but in second level of consciousness, third level of consciousness, the third plane, when you dream, if you think that you are eating mango, automatically mango will come, because there is no time, much time, right? So your time is more. So that's why it will taking more time, because we don't know that level of belief, we don't have that level of confidence. That's why we're starting with small things. Small thing like create your curry today, visualizing. Or if you go to your manager saying, I am greeting my manager with pure smile, something like you do. So you'll get lot of confidence, you get lot of confidence by starting with small things, because your personality doesn't believe. But for example, I can manifest 5 crores, so your personality say you cannot do that. You're not even manifesting 100 rupees. How can you manifest 5 crores? So personality has that belief, right? So when you see, basically we were changing our personality. We are not changing anything. We are changing our personality. That's the Ramtha knowledge is all about changing our personality, from moving from limited thinking to unlimited thinking. So when you start that, when you start creating whatever your mind is accepting, when you start those things, automatically your personality will change. So in future you can directly create 4 crores or 5 crores within no time also.
Thank you, Ajay Babu. That's a very nice answer. But why, another one more question, like, so if Jesus is there, if you give
Hmm.
blessings automatically, that will get manifested. But as a human, how we can manifest? What do you suggest? Why is
I didn't get
Jesus
it.
is
So
see if Jesus is there, if we bless anything to
mm,
the people,
perfect.
immediately they will get manifest. And why
Correct.
we are getting delayed if we get manifest?
Because we have disbelief. When, for example, if we take any thought, sankalpa nothing but there is no vikalpa, the sankalpa will happen immediately. Because we have a disbelief that we are humans, we have limited, we are not gods. We have disbelief that he already practically experiences that. He has that knowingness, not belief also. He has that knowingness. He knows that he is God. When you think that, automatically it will happen, right? So before coming to meditation, if for example I want to build my house, it will taking 10 years, maybe it would have taken 10 years. After I came into meditation, my consciousness increased, my energy level increased. If I think that it will happen maybe 3 months or 6 months, at least it will happen 6 months instead of happening 10 years, right? So your speed of time is decreased. Similarly, when you know you create your reality, when you know 100%, when you have that knowingness, it will create immediately. That's why if you go to deep level of consciousness, if you go to higher level of not in physical body, if you take your astral body in meditation, if you think your ice cream is coming, definitely ice cream will come in within fraction of seconds, because there is you are using your astral body, you can immediately manifest. So
What you suggest is, oh, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, that's why you start practicing this, you create your reality, our thoughts and emotion create your reality. So slowly one day you will create within no time. That's our goal. That's our goal, is our purpose is to create that. What, for example, instead of working for 30 40 years, if you work for technique, this particular divine gift we got, if you work for 2 years, maybe one day you create whatever the things you want. Next you can go to any work you want to do, right? Instead of wasting your time for 30 years in one company or one particular thing. So if you can create whatever the amount you want, whatever the health you want, so if you can create, so there is a freedom. That's how enlightenment will come. So you no longer seek from others. You're no longer looking for others. So because you already content, you already full inside. You already know you are divine being. You already know you can create your reality. So there is no lack. There is no grief. There is no fear. Right? So what is stopping? Your personality. Personality nothing our habits, patterns, disbeliefs. So whatever we learned from childhood, that is our stopping to create that creation. So within no time. So we are changing that beliefs. We are changing that lack. We are changing that fear. We are changing that human emotions.
So what you recommend is depends like how thoroughly we have to think. Like I mean to say, if I want to manifest, the way we think, our belief system has to be completely changed, and thoroughly we
Correct.
have to connect with the thought which I want to manifest.
Correct. Correct. So there is
Apart from
two ways of correct. There is a two ways of heal. One is creating from lack, creating from abundance. For example, if you think that okay, that particular my neighbor is having BMW car, I don't have. That's why I want to create. You are creating from lack. Instead of that, you having that real desire from your soul. If you're having the real desire from your inside, saying that I want that particular thing, when you're craving particular thing, you will create that particular thing within no time because you are sincerely desiring that. There is no deviation because so you see, whatever creating, the creation is the purpose of creation. The purpose of this Ramtha knowledge is not about things. It's about you changing your mindset from limitedness to unlimitedness. So things will come. See, things will come and they'll go. They'll go. Even though once you know how to create that BMW car, even though the BMW car was taken by someone else, you don't bother because you know how to create again, right? So we are building the unlimited mindset. We are getting that wisdom. It's not about things. Things is a byproduct. So first we are creating our mind. So automatically reality will happen. So the mind is the primary thing. So that's why when you when so for example when someone is painting very beautifully on that canvas, Ramtha says the painting is good. Painting is good. Ramtha won't say that painting is good. He will say what a beautiful mind you have. So because it has beautiful mind only that picture came. So when you have unlimited thinking, automatically unlimited things will manifest. So to change that unlimited thinking, we are creating this manifestation.
okay, sir. Thank you so much. And one more last question I will have. How can we
Yeah,
apply this concept practically into daily life?
that's right. Yeah, that's why practicals are very important. So before you start your day, do your meditation. After 5 minutes, after meditation, just simply sit, close your eyes. For uh, example, you want particular ice cream, you want particular curry, you want to cook your, for example, you like some biryani, veg biryani. Okay, so visualize that. Okay, I'm eating that veg biryani. When you really visualize that, you're not visualizing, you're feeling that thought. When you're feeling that I am eating that veg biryani, I'm getting that water in my mouth. So you're feeling like that. So without telling to your wife, well, the wife will pick that particular thought and she will cook that thing. So you'll feel wonder, right? So because you're communicating through thought, you're creating that particular biryani using your thought. So you're not directly telling to wife saying that okay, please cook biryani. You won't tell that. So try it. So automatically one day you'll go to next thought. So that's how you improve your knowingness. So that's why Ramtha says, create your day, create your year, create your life. So start with the creation of day. So whatever that day in day, how many events you create. For example, if you want to go, you are going to particular tour. So before going to tour, you visualize the particular tour. I'm going that tour wonderfully. I'm so I'm joyfully experiencing that experience. I'm going to best restaurant. I'm going to best veg restaurant. So I'm going to I'm getting best food. So if you visualize that, automatically you stop particular restaurant and you eat that only, right? So when you visualize before things happen, so that's why Ramtha says one quotation: "To let life happens to you is irresponsibility. To to take or to create your life is your divine right." So instead of life happen to you, if you create your life, so that's your divine right.
Thank you,
So we
thank you.
think simply. We take this is a simple thing, but it's not simple thing because one day you are conscious in the thought level. If you are conscious in thought level, even though one limited thinking comes, you immediately change that. For example, maybe I'll get accident today. I will get that particular thought immediately change. I don't get accident. I'll drive like with full confidence. If you do that particular thought 2 3 times, so energy that pattern will change. So everything is pattern, right? So when you change that pattern, you'll go to unlimited.
Everything is pattern, that I got it. But one question, sir.
Yeah,
Our belief
yeah,
system is such a way that last night
yeah.
I fought with my wife, and today morning again I just want to come back to the belief system and change my
Correct.
pattern. It's tough to change it.
No, this is the thing. That's why sit in meditation. If you sit in meditation, you transcend your personality, then program it. Generally, what we are doing, we are in mud. We are cleaning our body with again with mud. You are already in mud. You are creating your body with again with mud. That's why go to lake, pure water, clear your mud. That means don't analyze your disputes, your issues with personality. Go to beyond personality. How you go to beyond personality? How you transcend personality? Using meditation. When you observe that, you go to from personality to your soul level or high level of consciousness. When you go to that, when you program that mind, it listen. And second thing, see, generally what happens, Buddha says there is two arrows. There is no problem with first arrow. For example, if wife scold you, there is no problem with that particular statement. Second, the problem with, okay, last time also she go like that. From marriage only she is like that. So what is the second thinking is there, right? Second loop is there, right? Second arrow is there, right? That's the problem. So the when particular emotion came, how to addressing that emotion, that's the problem. To address that emotion, you are addressing limited way or limited way. That's the problem. So if you're already in pattern, already in habitual way, you're thinking that way. So when consciously aware of the thought, so you should practice that. See, first of all, it won't possible. As you said, one day it will won't possible. So you should practice that. See, for example, if you have dispute with wife, go to nature, and when you are nature, you are already in happy state, then program it. Okay, my wife generally says that I love me, but she is good. So if you says that, again that feeling will go to her. One day she will change. So we should operate from high level of consciousness. So generally move out of house, go to listen songs, then operate. So
But our emotions will not be stable, right? Always jumping with the lag state, not instead of
that's why
abundance.
yeah. Sit in meditation, observe breath. You transcend your emotion. That's a technique. Second technique, listen music or go to see children's face. You get automatically the inner joy will come. So then program it. So for example, sir, you got 100 crores, 100 crores. You got 100 crores. Even though if your wife says you are full, don't bother because your level of consciousness, that what are the feelings she sent, it won't reach you because it is your high level of consciousness. If you are in high level of consciousness, whatever your wife said doesn't matter to you.
Thank you.
So you should address. And second thing, you should note down what are the things when my wife scold me or I'm arguing with wife, what are the thinking pattern I'm getting, you should write it down. You should write down those, what are the emotions I'm getting, what are the previous thoughts I'm mapping. Because when you say yellow, when you're getting yellow, for example, when I say yellow, you're getting banana in your mind. That means there is a 10,000 neural paths are firing. That's what Ramtha says. So when you by particular say one word, that particular one word will map to 1,000 words in your brain, 1,000 incidents, 1,000 times it will repeat. So to change that connection, we should consciously aware and we should reprogram it. When you can do that, if you know what are the things are there, you can reprogram those things. So that's why we should write it down. Write it down and you should address those things. When you are in meditation, reprogram that. Everything is reprogrammed. Affirmation, that's why you beautifully place the picture.
So what I'm
One
doing
day it
is
won't happen.
what I'm doing
Yeah,
is when doing the meditation, right? Most of the our belief system patterns is causing the issues. I understand that, but
correct,
when
correct.
doing the
That's
meditation,
a
I try
yeah,
to remove my workers. That means
correct.
anger and ego. These all
So
things place, right?
do you know where does Akshara exist? Do you know that? There is a neural
Brain.
net path.
Mm.
Neural net path. This is your personality, Vyaktitvam. For example, if I say fool, that fool will trigger, that word will trigger different pattern. Okay, that's why we get anger. For example, if I say fool, I'm programmed that fool as I'm great, that I'm feeling happy because that fool word I'm programming differently here, right? So how your Vyaktitva or your personality, your past life memories, or memories, nothing but patterns, habits, beliefs all are existing here. That's why Vidrata, you call it as Brahma Vidrata. So when you consciously change, when you focus on here, when you do meditation, when you are observing the breath, when you are present state, this pattern will change automatically, and consciously you can change it also. Anyway.
Thank you, sir. Mostly we should be in the awareness state instead of
Correct.
lax
When
state.
awareness is the key, awareness is the key, then changing, affirmation, reaffirming. That's
Thank
how
you.
we should change.
Back to Sirisha garu.
Thank you so much, Ajay.
Thank you.
For showing like I know the Seth version of you create your. Usually, you create your reality means Seth wisdom way, but
Yeah, correct.
so much for bringing this and for your time and energy. So different version of able to understand different perspective of you create your reality. And thank you so
Correct.
much for bringing Sadananda Yogiji energies. If possible,
Sure.
can you show us the ashramam if it is near? I
Sure.
mean, so,
Yeah, I think I'm in residential house here, backside of that ashrama. So Samadhi is there far, about 1 kilometer from here.
is it for?
But once I go, yeah,
Oh,
1 kilometer. Once I go, I'll share the pictures.
okay, sure, sure. But thank you so much
Thank,
for bringing
thank you,
Sadananda.
thank you.
She's going there and
Yeah,
from there doing
yeah,
there,
thank you,
feel that energies.
thank,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you,
So you
thank you,
tomorrow also you're
thank you.
staying.
Yeah, I'm staying up to morning. I'll start. I'll go to Mahanandi tomorrow morning. So
Oh,
yeah.
tomorrow you are
Yeah.
bringing another energy.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Today
Oh,
we went to Yaganti also, Yaganti, and we came back.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for bringing
Thank
Ramtha wisdom and Sadananda Yogiji energy also. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful day.